What it do? What it do? Well, welcome to Sunday service. What's up, friends and family? Hey, man, how you doing? Steve, what up with you? Sunday service is here. So, shout out to you guys. Quick news and notes as I go into this Sunday service. Um, so, yes, they are voting today. They have an emergency meeting. Should be going on right now as I do the Sunday service. That the president asked for another 25 days. My hat looks dirty there. President asked for another 25 days. So it looks like I believe it will go through. And so it'll be May 25th. Some of my family who was coming down in May already got their flights pushed to August. So it looks like it will be pushed back. It's to better the Simon, what up? It's to better the health of the country as a whole. They have been going down in cases. So, just trying to get things in order. So that's what it looks like right now, May 25th. On a second note, real quick, shout to everybody that has donated. It's been dope. But I do have to make an announcement. D, what up, baby? I have to make an announcement. This week will be the final week I will be taking donations. Matter of fact, by Wednesday. Before Thursday, if you have donated, if you want to donate to the food drive, you can. After that, I will not be taking any money for the food drive. And I'll tell you why. There's a couple of reasons. First off, we did over 600 families, made a lot of progress, a lot of work. It has been a lot of work. It's been a whole lot of work. Secondly, you get a lot of naysayers. I mean, people hate just to hate. That is what it is. But you get a lot of naysayers. Oh, they're patting their pocket. So I noticed other people were stopping, and other people weren't doing it as much as I was. So I kind of just said, you know what? It's been getting hectic out here, as far as the groups that have been coming. We've been doing the food. So shout to Fast Freddy. We spoke. He has a big pickup truck. We're trying to work out the date right now. This week, we're going to do another food drive, maybe one or two more, but I will not accept any more donations after Wednesday. So if you want to donate, feel free to donate by Wednesday. If not, no problem. If you want to donate to the channel, if you want to donate to me, because I'm just a swell guy. If you want to donate to the Flip Flop staff, that's different. But after Wednesday, I will not be taking any more donations for the food drive. Once all the monies are up, it'll be done for that. What the hell happened to my phone? It'll be done for that moment. So one second, I'm actually gonna post it right now in the comment section. Sorry guys. I don't know if my mods are in here right now. One second. So yeah, let me post that right now. The Cash App and the PayPal. You guys can, like I said, up until Wednesday, if you want to donate specifically for the food drive, any donations. We're going this week. Like I said, me and Fast Freddy from the beach are going to link up, and then after that, until the money's run out. Let me catch up on these comments real quick, guys. All right, so yeah, we talked about the May 25th date now. JoJo TV, what up? Eddie V, what's good? GT, Boston in the house. Big D, what up? TMI, how you doing? Double A in the building. Byron, what's good? Miss Jamie, yes, you did make it. Good morning, Kamari. TMI, I do have Cash App, or just email me. Hit me on the email. I usually don't do the Western Union because it's too crowded. Hit me on the email. We'll try to work that out. Putting the email in right now. Hit me on the email. We'll try to see what we can do. But like I said, I'm not taking any donations after Wednesday. Sean, what up with you? Miss Jamie, like I said, it's a lot of work. I mean, I don't, shout to Taylor Made, because when he posted, I think people actually believe me. It's not just a lot of work. I don't mind the work, but my health with my back right now, my back is beginning a little bit better, thank God. But it's been a hassle, and then I also have seen that since people like myself, and there are others doing what I'm doing, so it's not just me. You guys just are talking to me directly, but others doing what I'm doing. So I've noticed that since people like myself, and I think these people are watching me very closely, have been getting these donations, and seeing me give this massive amount of food out, they have took it upon themselves to reach out and get donations. Some of these people are the shady characters that I would worry about taking the money for themselves and not actually feeding people. So that's another reason I'm kind of just let me step away, because I see it becoming too much. And also, as I'm giving this massive amount of food out, I'm getting more people looking at me saying, "Hey, he's got money," you know. So it's a couple of reasons, but the main reason is it's just hectic, you know. I'm gonna continue to do it. Like I said, when all the donations are gone, I will still be doing something small on my own. But you know, we think about it. What has it been, 4 or 5 weeks, and we've done over 600 families. Like, that's dope. I mean, there's still more to go, but it's like, you know, I'm a one-man army. Me and Slim are it's just us. So, you know, we do what we can, and it's a lot of work that goes into it. You know, so like I said, I'll still be doing stuff on my own. But shout to you guys for making it as big as it was, because it really got big. Jay, what up with you, baby? Game, what's up with you? Alejandro, what's good? Kalo K, I got Ryan, Murder Mace in the building. Jesse, how you doing? Oh, I'm love helping the people. Pinnacle, what up? Ice Pick, what up? Yeah, E, 600 families and counting. But like I said, I'm gonna stop the donations as of this week. Just, you know, like I said, you guys can contribute to the channel. Appreciate the love. You can contribute to the Flip Flop staff if you choose to. Being that it's going another month, I'm gonna probably throw them something else again. But you know, just the donation part, you know, you guys saw the video. Just the bank alone, the 3.5 to 5 hours at the bank was like, you know, come on, that's a whole day just to get money out the bank, and then a whole day of doing the donations, you know. Yeah, Rick, I have his information, but I don't believe they're working. I've tried to reach them. I don't believe they're working. Thank you, Rick. I'm actually, when everything goes back to normal, I'm definitely going to see that chiropractor. Miami headed to ATL. All right. I want to say something real quick about the virus. We're having this conversation in Paradise Life, and I had a conversation behind the scenes. I want to say about this virus. Now, I saw a comment this morning on Instagram, right? I'm going to tell you how crazy, A1 was good. I'm going to tell you how crazy the media is controlling. So Atlanta has been open for 2 days. 2 days. Atlanta has been open. Now, with Atlanta being open for 2 days, dudes are posting on Instagram, in the 2 days Atlanta has been open, there are 635 cases and 20 deaths. Why would they post that? Because in 2 days, with Atlanta being closed, there would still be 635 new cases and 20 deaths. Those cases and deaths were already going to happen without Atlanta opening, because the time it would take for the people to come outside with Atlanta opening is 2 to 4 days before someone tests positive for the virus. And then another 7 to 10 days before you die, maybe longer. So those 635 new cases and 20 deaths have zero to do with the opening of it, the 2 days Atlanta has been open. But because people want to put that out there and fearmonger everybody, you know, this is starting to become a bigger media. Of course, it's a worldwide media campaign, but a bigger media campaign than the nonsense when all the mysterious deaths were going on in DR, which I totally, you know, I fought back for Dominican Republic, not because I want to save DR and save my business. That had nothing to do with it. People kept saying, well, you have business there. I was fighting stupidity. You know, because all these amazing deaths, they're killing. There was a Dominican serial killer working with ISIS, killing everybody, all the tourists. What? You know, this is kind of that similar vibe that every time something happens, COVID did it. You know what I'm saying? And then you're right, Pete. You're showing the good, not the bad. If you see the numbers from DR, which like I said, I don't believe no numbers from anywhere in the country, but someone made a good comment. The Caribbean can share their numbers, and they may have realer numbers than most of the world. You know, in DR, it was something like 5,000 cases, 200 deaths, almost 800 recovered. They're showing the good with it too. Everywhere else is like, yeah, one person recovered, 800 died. You know, it's like, no more than one person recovered, but they're showing you just the bad. You know, you still got to stay safe. But the reality is, I'm noticing that the media is so controlling that when dude posted this on his Instagram this morning, people were going crazy till I made my comment. I said, my man, do you know that it takes more than 2 to 4 days to test positive. So in the 2 days that Atlanta been open, those deaths and those numbers have nothing to do with those 2 days. Now in 7 days we're gonna see what's up, but those 2 days have nothing to do with those deaths. But people are sheeple, so it is what it is. Shout out to you, Joe. Just hit that like button, y'all. We got 118 in here, 35 in the building. 35 likes, excuse me. Yeah, KD, it's like it can go up to 14 days incubation. You could be asymptomatic for 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Is Bianca doing well? I hope she is. Curl, what up? Good morning, Felicia. Stay safe out there in Atlanta. They say y'all dying already in 2 days. Well, Benny, that's the problem, Benny. Nobody does research. See, the reason I talk so much ish because I read, I do research, I look at my own stuff. Like, there's been so much to prove that this virus was man-made. The problem is we can't decipher who made it. Was it America who sent it to China and China messed it up? Or was it China did it on their own? Because the story goes, America sent it to China to get work on because if you guys don't know, I forgot, it's some type of agreement we have. It's illegal in America to manipulate viruses. It's illegal. In China, it's not. So they took this virus. Like, how does this virus have the HIV virus, like parts of the HIV virus in it? How is that possible? It's possible because it was man-made. Okay, so the rumor is saying it started in America, but since it's illegal in America, they gave all the research to China because it's not illegal in China, and we dropped the ball by watching what they were doing with it. We don't know if that's true, but this seems to be the things that are leading up to it. China immediately, this is why I kind of feel China, and I'm not going to get political in the theories and all that crap, but this is kind of why I feel China is to blame. I'm going to tell you why. They immediately, in January, blamed the army that was doing their Olympic events in China. They immediately blamed the army. Before anybody placed any blame, no one said anything about China, the Wuhan lab. No one said anything. China, I remember this because they kept saying it was a bicyclist from the army. She had it. She brought it over there. When she was bicycling, she spread it to everybody. They had this amazing story that I'm like, who is this? She's just a regular army chick. She's nobody special. But they already came out with their version of the story before anybody accused them. So I just see it fun. Like I said, I don't get into the theories, conspiracies. We do know that this is man-made, but what we also need to realize is that the media is taking this above and beyond where it actually is. Now, I will say this: I don't agree. I don't do politics. I don't follow Trump and all that. But the reason Trump got away from the WHO, the World Health Organization, is because he said they don't believe in their models. They don't believe in their numbers. They believe they're falsifying a lot of their numbers, and I believe so too. You know, how can you trust the WHO when they're being ran by China? You know, Australia right now is about to sue China and the World Health Organization. And Australia is at the board of the WHO, by the way. Australia and New Zealand are about to sue them because they believe they were part of this. That tells you a lot. Of entire countries are saying, hey, you guys got part of this. The head dude for the World Health Organization works for China now. Not the black dude you see is another guy. Works for China now. And China funds the WHO more than anybody. So, you know, you can take it what you want, but this is how I research. And I realize that a lot of the stuff we're seeing in front of our face is not true. They're just doing a bait and switch with us. They're doing this. And we believe in what's in front of us, but not realizing there's more to the story. So it is what it is. Yeah, no one knows how many cases. I believe that. Straight like that. Tourism won't be the same for this year. I agree with that. I think, like I said, 2020, we could throw it out the window for everybody. You guys throw it out the window. Caribbean throw it out the window. 2020 is done. It is completely done. Good morning, Elaine. Kaz, we go into that behind the scenes, bro. I guess I'm not doing the theory thing, but you can look this up. This virus was created a certain way to affect you a certain way. It makes your ailments worse. There's never been a flu virus that made your kidney problems worse, that made your heart problems worse. This virus makes everything you have already worse. So it is what it is. But like I said, everybody just be safe, social distance, mask, gloves. I just saw a video in Chicago. They having house parties. I can't believe it. Why would you be having house parties right now? Why would you be having house parties during this? And that's also true. The 80% false positive. I don't know if it's 80, but I know it was a lot of false positives. And they also said if you had the what vaccine was that? Was it the bird flu vaccine they were giving out? If you had that vaccine prior, you test positive. So I mean, come on, it's a lot of stuff behind this, but we don't know who to blame. I just know that it's a lot of media. But hopefully you guys are being safe. And I heard that. I mean, listen, good luck with that. You know, hopefully they're practicing social distancing. I know that the airlines are talking about leisure. They don't care about leisure travel, meaning traveling other countries for vacation and stuff. They care more about business travel because they said the flights probably will go up because you can only put half the people on a plane now based on social distancing guidelines. But wearing masks and gloves is going to be a norm for a while, I believe. You know, it's just weird. My poor, I got you, Rick. Let me repost that Cash App, or you can email me, Rick, and I'll hit you back with that information. No worries. But like I said, hopefully all you guys are staying safe. I mean, you know, we go back to our regularly scheduled program. So how do you? I know some of you guys will follow me with the draft. I was just about to go in that TMI Giants draft pick. I loved it. I loved all the picks. If you notice, we focus on the offensive line. We got some defense in there as well. A lot of defense. So I like our draft. You know, I definitely like our draft. Now it's just to see what the new regime. No, we got all new coaches. The new regime decides to can do with it. You know, we got a new defensive coordinator who I really like him. New offensive coordinator, of course, new coach. So we got the best O-line coach in football. You know, so we'll see. Biggie Smalls, what's up? 49ers get a B. 49ers are good by getting Trent Williams, though. Jim, what up? LA's locked down. Yeah, is Cali still locked down? That's crazy. Bobby Will, what up? Yeah, I didn't do the ratings for everybody. I know the ESPN did. I think they gave Patriots a bad review. Patriots always show them. So, I like Jason Garrett. Listen, people don't realize I'm gonna blow. I hate to give the Cowboys any credit ever. Jason Garrett was a better offensive coordinator than he ever was a head coach. Now, if I can get that Jason Garrett, I'm good as gold. That Jason Garrett had Romo throwing for 5,000 yards, 100 touchdowns a season. They didn't win nothing, but he had Romo blowing the stat sheet up. If I can get that, I'm good. Says serious business in Cali. Yeah, some places, listen, I think they're doing an extra month. What up, Dwayne Matt? I think they're doing an extra month. Come on, Kaz. You got to give Jones only played a half a year. 12 games. Give him a chance. I want to see what Jones does this year. Let's give Jones a chance. I mean, I don't think he's a bad quarterback. We have to give him a chance. No, Brian. Right now they're voting. They're voting right now. I'll probably get the alert shortly. They're voting today for the extra 25 days till May 25th. Let me look through my phone. It might be coming up soon. It'll be May 25th. Excuse me. Let's get those likes up, y'all. Yeah, so I gotta give Daniel Jones some time. Give him a year. You know, you can in the NFL, you can't call anybody a bust until their third year. Well, until the end of their third year, excuse me. In the NBA, you know, it's like year 2. You can kind of say, okay, this person's a bust or not. But sometimes people go to other teams and they do better. Sean, Cowboys got a high grade. Forget that. We'll see, though, because, listen, Cowboys got all that talent. Can't win nothing. Oh, Ravens showed out. That offense going to be sick. Ravens definitely Ravens and the Chiefs, the two are probably going to be in the AFC Championship game. The two of them showed out in the draft. They got everything to benefit them. You know, like the rich get richer. Each team just got better. You know what I'm saying? Players that can fit in right now and help the team. So that was dope. Joe, how would the Chicas survive in there? I can't listen. I can't say. I know they're hungry. I know. Matter of fact, case in point. So I got a young lady I help out every now and then. She comes gets food every now and then. I've known her for a while. So I was in Mal. You know, I went to Mal checking my boy's house out, doing some running around. And she goes, "Hey, you think I get some food over?" I said, "I'm not doing it today. I'm actually in Mal." So the next day I went back to Mal. I'm sorry. The next day I did go back to Mal. She hit me up again. She said, "Hey, you know," I said, "I'm sorry, love." I said, "I'm not around." So later that night I get home, and she sends me a message. "All right, so we need to figure out what we're going to do that you can help me." I said, "Wait a minute, what?" I said, "I do this stuff on, you know, when I'm able to do it. Like, I can't, you're not just going to," "What?" She's like, "Yeah, you need to be helping me." I sat there and said, "I didn't know I was obligated to anything. I don't have nothing with you to be obligated. You asked for help. I said, I have it. You come through, get it. But when I'm not available, I'm not around, you know." So I had to tell her about herself, and then just moved on. But some of them are, you know, how they survive. I know a lot of people are sending money. Trust me, I know. Now, is it enough to survive? I can't say. You know, it's not my money. But I do know people are sending money to help, you know, sending Western Union to help out. I get asked about 2 times a day, can they get Cash App in DR? And I said, no, you can't. You have to have an American account. So I know that people are offering to send money. I like what the Colts did. I like what the Colts did as well. KD, we gonna see with them Skins. Y'all did take Moss. The problem with Moss is he only had 1 year of production because he was injured a lot, and his foot was found to be broken at the combine. So Moss, if Moss can get healthy, he'll be good. He'll be real good. Prayers for Raul. King Fowler, what up? Oh, yeah, it's beautiful over there. I'm waiting for him to hit me up to go back this week, hopefully. Selena for life, what up with you, love? J. Aaron, what's good? Yeah, Kaz, I'm sure you heard it. You over there. Right now, the president asked for more time, but here's the problem. Let me give you guys a heads up on what the problem is with him asking for May. May is the presidential election. They were already beefing 2 months ago saying, yeah, you trying to ride this lockdown up so you can win. If there's no election, there's no new president, right? So they already got at him 2 months ago and said, hey, we're not going to ride this till May because May is the election. We need to put in a new president. They already told him they believe he's trying to go. He's doing a month at a time, because he's trying to get to May and say, yeah, we need more time. He put the paperwork in for May. I told somebody last night, if it don't happen, it's a political thing because they want people to vote in May and get him out. But if the lockdown is for May, there obviously will not be an election. So that's a kind of a political thing going on that we don't know about, or you guys didn't know about. But that's another side thing that's going on that it's like, wow, you know, if they lock it down for May, there won't be an election. He'll stay in president. I don't know how the powers go here in a state of emergency if he's continuing to be the president after the fact. Then they'll have to do an election the year after or whenever. So I don't know. But those are something that's going on behind the scenes with the president. Oh, Saints! I think Saints signed Jameson. Well, they're signing Jameson today. Signing Jameson today. Well, Craig Mack, I mean, he showed flashes of being good, Moss's son. I think he needs to bulk up. He's got some speed to him. He's got some hands. He had a very good season last year. It's just that he's only got filmed for one season. When he transferred, he got hurt, missed the whole year. Played last year, got hurt right before the draft. Said he needed surgery again. So, you know. Curl, I heard about that. In some places they took basketball hoops down. Yeah, I mean, right now in the Malacombe, let me see if I pull this video for you guys. Right now in the Malacombe, there's been a guy walking around the entire country carrying a cross, right? And right now in the Malacombe, he's on there and there's tons of people on the Malecon walking around. Let me see if I can find this video. Here we go. I'm gonna see if you guys can see it. This is the Malecon 20 minutes ago. I don't know if that looks clear to you guys. That's the Malecon. And the guy with the cross is walking around. I don't think that's the smartest thing to be doing during a quarantine, but he's been all over the country walking around, and people have been following him, singing, playing music. So it is what it is. Oh, Raul, how's he doing? KT, what's up with you? Cass, I'm surprised you didn't hear about that. Casanova, that's been going on for 2 months now, with the other parties and the government saying, nah, bro, you think you slick? Like, oh, so they moved it back to June. Okay. I didn't see that part. I didn't know. Thank you, Third Mundo. I didn't know they moved this to June. Shout out to you, brother. Yeah, I didn't know they moved to June. Thank you. That's the part I didn't know. It was supposed to be May 15th. There you go. Okay. So right now they moved now shout out to Third. You know, Third Mundo's Dominican. He said they moved the election to June 15th. But like you said, I was right. They're arguing about the president trying to keep control and not allow elections. So right now it's to June. So that's okay. At least we know that in May there won't be no elections, but they already moved it to June. So no matter what happens with May, they already moved it. Hey Hollis, everybody's good. I checked on the girls the past couple days, making sure they're right. The government has put for those employees. If you have someone that you know that's employed and they didn't get their money, that's because their job didn't do their due diligence. I did, as I always do. Shout out to my accountant. The girls told me they got other half of the government money, so they got some. Maybe it'd be due again in May. You know, it's not much, but it's something. You know, it's something to help. So that was dope. I checked on all of them. They said they all got the deposit. So that was cool. Dominican, the draft was dope. I actually watched the rest of it. I'm sat on my couch, watched the whole entire day 3, 4 to 7, every pick. I always enjoy watching the draft because I get to see players who, like I said, most of you guys wouldn't know, but I watch. But also it was wild because there was a pick in round 5 or round 6, I believe round 6, from South Carolina, where ESPN said, and we finally reached the first player we have no film on. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope because at the time I knew who the player was, and ESPN had no idea who he was because they didn't expect him to get picked. So, it's dope. But you got to remember something. Rounds 2 and 3, I call that the meat and potatoes of your team. Those are the guys that can end up being superstars, Pro Bowlers. Rounds 4 through 7 is depth, and you end up getting some good players in them rounds. Like a lot of those linemen that you see that ended up being really good linemen, usually on that round 5 and 6. A lot of linebackers that come up usually flow to those later rounds. Look at some of the best sack artists in the game right now. All of those guys were not drafted round 1. The guy from Minnesota, can't remember the name was top of my head, excuse me. The guy from Minnesota had 7 sacks his entire college career. Now he's averaging like 15 sacks a season in the NFL. The defensive of Minnesota, off the top of my head, I can't remember his name. So, he was drafted like the 4th round or something like that. Certain guys, they need a change of scenery and system, and they can do better in the NFL. So the 7, as we've seen by Tom Brady, the later rounds do not matter. You can get guys to be really, really good in the later rounds. I tell everybody the story. The reason the Giants were so crappy for so long was because that 2006 draft, when Jerry Reese drafted 8 players in the 7 rounds, Jerry Reese had the first draft of all time where every single player started or contributed to the Super Bowl team. If you guys remember, Ahmad Bradshaw was a 7th round pick. He was a steal because Ahmad Bradshaw got caught stealing a PlayStation. Otherwise, Ahmad Bradshaw would have been probably a 3rd rounder. And Ahmad Bradshaw was starting for us. All the players in that Jerry Reese draft ended up starting for the Giants, helping us win the Super Bowl. Every single one of them. Kevin Boss came off the bench, but he played and started a few games. So that was the first draft where every single draftee played for the team. And like I said, they helped us win the 2007 Super Bowl. So Jerry Reese was living off of that one. Alfredo, what up? Anita Smith, good morning to you, love. Nah, Jameson's got with the turnovers, bro. That's his only problem. Sims can't wait to get back to school. What up, Alex? I agree. No, the Jets have actually been doing better than the Giants, but that's not saying much. Being that they may have 2 or 3 more wins more than us, that's not saying a whole lot. Giants are terrible right now. We got the most losses in the past 3 years. Giants have the worst record in the past 3 seasons. You can look it up. The worst record. So right now we've got a whole new staff. I like the dude from Miami, the defensive coordinator. I really like him. I told everybody I really like Jason Garrett because as an offensive coordinator, I think he's dope. I don't know much about Judge. I don't know much about him, so I can't speak on him other than him being a Patriots guy. And the staff he put together, I like the staff he put together. Yeah, well, Brooklyn GQ, shout to you. All of the guys that played in the championship. Well, look, four out of Clemson's linemen got drafted. No matter where they get it, they all got drafted. Anybody who plays in the SEC, and if you notice the end of the draft last year, I'm sorry, my Red Cups for any day because I got a 240 pack of Red Cups. So I just decided to bring my Red Cup. But Red Cup Wednesday, shout out to my mother for reminding me. Red Cup Chronicles every Wednesday for you guys Q&A. But yeah, most of the end of the 7th round were a lot of SEC guys. Because here's the thing with SEC guys. SEC with the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Auburns, the LSUs, those guys, their benches are good. The guy that left this year for the draft, there's another guy right behind him stepping up to start, and he's just as good, if not better. So you can pick those guys in the 6th or 7th round, some SEC guys, and you might get a stud. He may have just had a little thing to him that NFL scouts, NFL scouts are real arrogant with oh yeah, you know what? His hips don't move right. His legs his ankles are tight. You know what I'm saying? Like they say stupid stuff like that if you've never seen a scouting report. His ankles are tight. He doesn't turn well. You know what I'm saying? He tackles with his arms. So, it's just little stuff that'll drop a person's stock all the way down. And believe it or not, this person might be good. So you can take it with a grain of salt. Yes, Eddie V, I saw that. NBA teams can start practicing. They can open facilities in non-quarantine states, not states that do not have laws that you can't work. 905, Brady and Gronkowski gonna be monsters. Dion, what's up with you? Gary Jones, good afternoon to you. Rich, what's my thoughts on Tua? Tua's a beast. Everything you've heard about Tua is true. You can watch him. Left-handed Drew Brees, I totally agree with that comment about him. The kid is nothing but confidence. Tua is the real deal. Tanking for Tua was a real thing last year for the NFL, if you guys remember. Everybody was trying to get Tua. Burrow just had a season that no one's ever had before. But if Tua doesn't get hurt, let's say Burrow has the season he has. Burrow has the same 6,000 yards, 60 touchdowns. The same amazing season that no one's ever had before. And Tua doesn't get hurt, even if Tua doesn't play in the championship game, but he doesn't get hurt, Tua still goes number 1. Because Tua is just that good. Burrow had this one amazing season. I mess with Burrow. I rock with him because it was an amazing season. But Tua has a 3-year body of work where he was just dominant. No, but what's up? He says that the cases in DR increased, or the cases in DR have decreased. A lot of people have recovered. The mindset over here is people are hungry, man. People are hungry. The cops are getting very abusive from videos I'm seeing in certain places. The cops are, that's why I told you guys it was kind of better for me to close down right now, just chill, because the cops are getting very abusive. They're busting people upside the head. You know what I'm saying? I saw a video where they beat the dude with the butt of a gun. They're the gang right now. Cops are the gang. And honestly, I think they're just tired of telling people stay your ass home. You're not supposed. People think, well, I can be on my outside area with the gate closed. No, they want you inside your home. Last night, a dude in my back window, one of those apartments, he just started blasting music like 11 at night. They were partying, obviously. And I guess one of the neighbors told him, like, hey, man, like, what are you doing? My kids are trying to, I can hear him yelling at them, that my kids are trying to sleep. I'm just sitting there like, how long is this music going to last? Because it's a bunch of us in the back. Like, my bedroom window's right there. And then I can see everybody's houses. And this one dude just started blasting music. But like I said, the neighbors came and yelled at him and told him, hey, turn that ish down. Nah, Aaron Rodgers ain't going nowhere yet. Not that soon. $45 million is a lot for a team to take on. Trenton Jersey, Ill Will, what up? Kaz, I totally agree. The problem right now is people are reverting to their old ways now. The people are fed up. You know, the people are really fed up. They want to go outside. Dominican Republic is tough because it's a social culture. They like to socialize. So by you keeping them down from socializing, that is, you know, mentally it's hard to stay home. Most people can't handle just being inside mentally. But not being able to socialize, not being able to talk to your friends, not being able to see your friends, not being able to sit down and have a drink. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are just, when you went your whole life socializing and partying and going outside and being able to just sit outside on the street corner until 3 a.m, it's weird and it's tough to go from that to being in your house for months at a time. That's not easy. You know, so they don't grasp the serious of it until something happens. No, right now they're voting today. It should be May 25th. Everything should be going on in Dominican Republic until May 25th. I think they're basing themselves. I'm seeing another video. Look at this video. You guys see that? That's the Malecon right now in Puerto Plata. That is the Malecon right now in Puerto Plata. And they're allowing it because this guy is carrying the cross. That's my old security guard from my old bar 718. But he lives in Puerto Plata. He's on the Malecon right now. So all these people are walking and singing and praying on the Malecon during a quarantine. And no, the cops are not doing anything because they're walking with them. Because whoever this guy across, he's giving everybody hope, which I totally dig the hope thing. But fam, you could be getting people sick. Dion, they should be extending it until the 25th. Giants, get out of here, Justice. What's up with you, baby? Hands down, I know the NFL. Thank you, PJ. I know my things, brother. I know my things. You know, I know my stuff. Shout to Michael. Shout to you, Michael. Shout for the $20 super chat. Appreciate that, brother. And by the way, for you guys that didn't catch the early part of this live, I will not be taking donations after Thursday. Wednesday is the last day I will be taking food donations, donations for the food drive. I will continue to do the food drive, but I will not be taking any more donations after Wednesday. So you have until Wednesday to donate if you want to donate. After Wednesday, I will be taking donations specifically for the channel, for the employees, because I'm a pretty guy, whatever the case is. But for the food drive, I will not be taking any more donations after Wednesday. I'll post that in there right now. You know, so shout to all of you to help. You know, we're getting out there. We're over 600. We're gonna do more. And I'll keep doing the food drive even until the money's run out and when the money runs out. But I will not take any more donations after this. Carmelo, you find a lot of jewels. Yeah, you get a lot of jewels, man. There's a lot of good players. Cincinnati, I thought did good. If you were there with the live with me, you remember I kept saying get T. Higgins, you got Burrow, you got the quarterback, get him a wide receiver so they stay together. They're together the whole beginning, maybe the end of their career. You know. Yeah, SEC had 40 selections, I believe. I don't shout to you, KD, for the $50, brother. Shout to you for the food, sir, and salute. I appreciate that, brother. I don't watch Division too much. I've watched some games because of certain players I know. I meet their family members or something, and I may watch them. I don't get to watch too many Division 2 games because it's hard to catch them. You know, Fox Sports shows them. ESPN2 will show some Division 2 games, but I don't get a chance to really watch all D2. But D2 has some dope football, hands down. Oh, Tampa Bay gonna be listen, without all the interceptions and fumbles, Tampa Bay could have been close to the Super Bowl last year. Honestly. Tampa Bay has an offense and a defense. Unfortunately, they kept playing comeback because Jameis just kept turning the ball over. Oh, side. That's how it works. It's not the first rounders are guys you just know. Okay, they're gonna come in and do something at the moment, but sometimes they don't always do it. You gotta work with them. You know. Oh, Rich, they drafted a. Whoa, Tua's got weapons. They drafted like 6 linemen. They're building. They built this team right now specifically for Tua. If not to play this year, to be ready for next year. They drafted. I think they drafted everything they did for Tua, in my opinion. Did you guys see the Panthers? The first team ever to only draft for defense. They didn't draft one offensive player. Everybody was defense. No, I'm not sick. I'm in the AC. I got the AC going on behind me, so I've been in here. I've been in here for a minute. I usually come in here when I come to the office on Sundays. I usually come about an hour and a half, 2 hours early. Put my wine in the deep freezer, get it ready. So they're protesting no mask. I would rather do the mask. I mean, you guys know I'm not a fan of the mask, but I do know if you're going to be around large groups of people, the mask is good to have. I told you I overpaid for my mask, but it's good to have if you're around large groups of people. Well, Lou, like I said, I just saw a video of Chicago, house parties in Chicago. What's good, gangs? Andrew, what up? Yeah, Harry nigga. They're doing a what is it called? A march on the Malecon with the guy with the cross. I don't know if you guys saw the guy with the cross, but I think it's irresponsible by the police. They should be telling them, no, this is not social distancing. You know, you see about how close they work, how many people there are. One person sick infects that whole Malecon, which is utterly nuts. And I said that, Jim. The guy with the cross could be asymptomatic. JC, the ones that went to that service and died. Look, this is something that I fear in Dominican Republic. Large groups getting together using God to say this is why we're getting together and getting each other sick. Does Verizon GPS work? As long as you have your plan, right? Yeah. As long as you have your plan, you should. As long as you have your internet plan. I'm about to break my no sex with Chappie's rule. I think you broke that rule already. Who are like an AFC East, Rich? I think this is the Bills' year. You want the truth? Bills were right there last year. They almost beat the Patriots twice. No Tom Brady gonna change a lot of things. Dapper, what up with you? Who do I think had the worst draft? I can't say the Patriots. I'm gonna say the Packers. I think the Packers had the worst draft. You drafted a quarterback when you just gave your quarterback a big deal. You drafted a running back who is a good. A.J. Dillon's a good running back. But your running back is a Pro Bowler. So you drafted the first 2 picks, the guys that led your team to 13-3. You needed a wide receiver. You need more help on the offensive end. Wide receiver, you got after the tight end, he's okay. But you needed all those receivers in the draft. You didn't draft one. So I think the Packers had the worst draft because you didn't need Jordan Love right now. Maybe next year draft a quarterback and say, you know what? Or if you get a guy in the second round, you like, yeah, he could back up Rodgers for a while. But you draft Love when you had so many other glaring needs and so many wide receivers that could have helped Rodgers right now. Like if the season started today, you have receivers that could have jumped in, got Adams free, helped the running back, and helped Rodgers right now. So I think the Packers did the worst. Then drafting A.J. Dillon, I understand the help part, but you could have waited later on and got you another running back, just to give some relief because you have a Pro Bowl running back. Pro Bowl quarterback, Pro Bowl running back, and you draft both positions. I think that was a waste. Why do you say this year is a wrap? No. My bad, Kamara, excuse me. I don't say the year is a wrap. It's traveling. I mean, the year is a wrap as far as all the big plans. You know what I'm saying? We as it looks now, at the end of May, beginning of June, maybe things open up for everybody. All my cousins got moved to August. The airlines moved them to August. So it kind of looks like June, July, things will start moving in progression. But when I say this year is a wrap, a lot of people won't have money to travel. There's a lot of people not working. Now, we do have some of the guys that had their flight, got it canceled for free and could book a new one. whenever they book, they may come right now and have some fun. But there's gonna be a gap in the period of time where people are gonna be like, okay, we ain't got no money. Let me fill my cup. So someone asked me, they said, well, do you really go on live and fill your cup? Yes, I do. I gotta fill my own cup. So that's what I mean when I say 2020 is a wrap. I mean all the big plans, how many people didn't have birthday parties. You know what I'm saying? All the big events. You know, that's kind of it's gonna be slowly but surely coming back. But they may start football with no fans. I think the NFL draft just showed every sports league you can do it without fans in the arena. When NFL draft just did this draft at home and it had the biggest ratings of all time, I think people are like, you know what? Let's get our players all tested, get them to certain facilities and hotels. Let's start putting games on, so at least we can get the TV money. We may not get the arena revenue, which you know that's big money, but the TV money, at least we're getting millions of dollars and billions of dollars. So they made a lot of teams, as you saw NBA already said Friday, we're opening facilities. A lot of teams may just start preparing themselves and locking the team down. No fans, no family can visit. Everybody in the facility is tested. If you saw Sean Payton yesterday when they interviewed him, I don't know if you guys were watching the end of the draft. He said that they were in their like a compound, and everybody had to get their temperature checked every single day. Everybody. You know what I'm saying? So they may go to links in that for the sports teams where everybody's locked down in a certain specific area, and the teams meet and play each other, and then only on TV, and then they leave, and the next two teams come in and play. So it may go down like that, you know. But when I say 2020 is a wrap, I just mean the big events. Tampa Twan, yeah, you got the Bucks going, man. Everybody want to be a Bucks fan now. SEC, Carmelo, facts. SEC is the farm team. Facts. I mean, that is the minor leagues of the NFL. Yeah, Jesse, I just saw a party where it was so packed. Even the dude taking the videos, I can't even move in here. And one girl said, man, this is too packed. I'm leaving. I heard that, G7, that's my son's name. I heard that, but a lot of people won't take the vaccine. I'm sure of it. I'm almost sure because of the confusion the media has caused and all this nonsense in the background. I almost can guarantee that most people will not take the vaccine. You know, most people are just like, man, this seems like a setup. I don't want, you know, they've heard too many conspiracy theories rather than actual facts. And a lot of people have already told me I'm not taking the vaccine. I did see something about a COVID passport where you get tested and once you're found negative, you'll be okay. But I'm like, there's too many contingencies for have billions of people. I'm sorry, hundreds of millions of people do all these contingencies. There's no plan for this. There's no office that can handle all this. There's no country that can handle all this. So it's gonna be hard. Oh no, Kaz, 100%. But look, you can't get all those people, but get the guy with the cross. Tell him, yo, kick rocks. You're causing hysteria out here. You know, that's too many people. Get the guy with the cross, throw him in the truck, say, hey, we're gonna take you home, bro. Because he's been walking all around the country. All around the country. So who knows how many people he's infected on his own. But they're taking it as we want to walk with the guy carrying the cross, blah, blah, blah. That's dope, but that has nothing to do with God. One guy carrying the cross has nothing to do with God. And I'm not getting into religion, so let's stop that right there. So him walking with the cross and some songs, some tunes being played behind him and people singing has nothing to do with stopping the coronavirus. That's all I'm saying. If I'm a colonel in Dominican Republic, I'm saying, hey, my man, get in the truck, telling them break the cross or take the cross to the precinct. We don't need this guy doing this. He could be spreading. He could be a one-man epidemic. But that's not how they think here, which blows my mind. Yeah. Yeah, Giants got that safety, best safety in the draft. I know the Big Sky division. Well, I don't think the Dolphins will be ready this year. They'll be competitive like they were last year, but I think next year you might be a problem. Might be a problem. Well, you got to remember something, Michael. When it comes to LSU quarterbacks, Jamarcus Russell was a bust in college. He just got there because of that arm. His arm was utterly amazing. I don't think we've ever seen an arm like that before or after him. Big kid can launch it. That's why he went first in the draft and all the hype. Matt Flynn never had any hype to him. You know what I'm saying? No one's ever done in the history of college football what Joe Burrow did in 1 year. No one. Joe Burrow put up stats what most people have for 2 years. He did 6,000 yards, 60 touchdowns is the most impossible number you've ever seen. And he did it. It's like Joe Burrow was playing a video game, and everybody else was. Joe Burrow was playing Xbox One, everybody else was playing PlayStation, the first PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Or Nintendo 64. So he was just on another level. But Burrow, I think he's gifted, but comparing him to Jamarcus Russell and Flynn, nah. Rats get very aggressive in start, and I believe that. King Smitty, that's hard. I like the current format because I'm used to it. Do we change the format? I know they're going to add the extra team in there, so one team gets a bye. I like that idea. But changing things up too much with the NFL, we've been used to it. We've been accustomed to this for years. I've always said the only one that did need a playoff was college, and they're not changing their 14 playoff. And I like that. At least it's 4 teams. I think it should be 6 or 8 because there are teams that, believe it or not, there'll be a team like Utah that gets to the championship game one day, like the college basketball. There'll be a team like Utah that is undefeated in their season, but they're not as good to be in the championship that could possibly get there if they have a chance. So we'll see. Rich, Malcolm Perry from Navy, he'll be more of a wide receiver. He's gonna be more of a wide receiver. If you watch him in the Senior Bowl, they actually said this yesterday, and I did watch the Senior Bowl. They gave him one play at quarterback at the 50-yard line. He ran for a 50-yard touchdown. The dude can run the ball. He can also catch the ball. But I think he'll be a receiver. Tony B, big set. Yeah, some people just stack money for next year. And it's also why I told you guys I was trying to go to Colombia with these low prices. I'm not booking a flight until everybody's back to normal because even Colombia is like, hey man, we might stay locked down for another year, because Colombia don't need tourism. But at the same time, the thing with Colombia is I don't want to travel. I don't care about the clubs. I don't need clubs. I make my own fun. But I don't want to travel. And they tell me when I get there, I got to be quarantined. I'm like, that's not what I came here for. I want to be out. I don't need the club, but I want to be out. I want to go out. You know what I'm saying? You can't do nothing. And I see people in Colombia out. So anybody who's in Colombia now, let me know. But I've seen videos on Facebook and WhatsApp of people that are outside. They chilling. There's no clubs going. Actually, I ain't gonna say there's no clubs going on. I've seen people in some type of club. There's a DJ and lights going on. I don't know what that is. I didn't see a lot of people, but I saw people in there. So I don't know. I can't call that one. Southside Fox, what up with you, baby? Is everybody staying home in Southside? Is everybody staying home? Oh, sidebar. I think some of you guys are on the live, and I said it, I'm not sure during the draft. My son graduated from boot camp, Navy. He's actually going to start school this week for his specific duties, and he goes deployment. So my son at 21 years old is officially in the Navy, and he's doing his thing, so shout to him. Little Greg has become Big Greg right now. I'm very proud of him. It's really dope. Super dope. Abdul, what's up? My boy who's building a house is American, white American, but married to a Dominican. Me and him, If you ever heard me talk about the Cocoa Brothers, that's my Cocoa Brother. We were on a website years ago, and we traveled the entire country, almost the entire country together, where people were talking about they do all these amazing things, and we showed people how we go everywhere. This was before YouTube and all that, and I've known him for over 10 years. Great guy. He's building a house on the river. His wife is actually from Mal, so he's building a house on the river. Oh, Jesse, I wish I could, man. I just want to gamble right now. I'm willing to gamble on rooster fights or roach fights, whatever. Well, I gamble on something. Tony B, yeah, Tom Brady did that, but I ain't mad at him. Tom Brady did that. Facts, Felicia. I mean, I can't say. But they might, Tony, they might do that. Tell people they got to get vaccinated. They might do that. You might not be able to get a job without getting vaccinated. That's why I said the vaccination thing is going to pose a problem, because a lot of people are believing the conspiracies and a lot of people are not having it. Take the cross to the priest, and that's right. Shout out to you, Vasily. Jamaica Queens in the building. Appreciate the love, baby. No, Will, you guys do it, but you got to remember something. Having the best talent is one thing, but you got to put. I can tell you right now, Dallas Cowboys have a ton of talent. They can't do nothing. You got to put it together though. You know, you got to put the talent together. Nah, Joe. Good idea, but we ain't gonna do that. Them conspiracy theories gonna get somebody in trouble, and it ain't gonna be me. I think Pittsburgh. If Big Ben could stay healthy, I've always liked Big Ben. You know, if Eli didn't come to the Giants, I thought Big Ben was coming. Jamaica Coliseum is down, probably so. Probably so. Fromm went to the Bills because his old offensive coordinator is on the Bills. He's the offensive coordinator of the Bills. Fromm went to the Bills. I think Fromm's gonna be a very good quarterback. Probably a career backup, but if he gets a chance to start, I think he'll win. Eason, I can't remember. Forgive me, I can't remember where Eason went. When you have to look that up. Eason went early though. Eason was off the board before, like right after Hurts. Eason went off early. Yeah, I saw that, Glenn. that dude. You know that we got 3 dudes from Canada. We got 3. Lemieux's from Canada. There's another dude from Canada. We got 3 dudes from Canada signed to the Giants. They sold the bus deal. Good Lord. I'm sorry, I'm reading you guys' comments here right now. We got 182 on the live, 111. Get the likes up, guys. It don't hurt to hit that like button. Hit like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification button. This way you guys know when I'm going live. Appreciate that, Jesse. Yeah, Kaz, that's my point. That's why I didn't book my Colombia, because Colombia don't need tourism. I mean, so they can actually tell me once I get off the plane, oh, you got to sit for 14 days. I'm only staying here 8 days. No, you still got to sit for 14 days. So yeah, I'll pass on that until everything's back to normal. All right, Felicia, I got to deal with the Dominicans talking about how cute my son is. Shout to 2 of my homies. They hit me up. They're like, man, when did you serve? I'm like, that's not me. That's my son. Fortunately, my son looks almost exactly like me, like all my kids. Thank you. But he looks almost exactly like me, so it's weird. Appreciate that, 905. Appreciate that, guys. I just want to shout that as a proud father, I had to share that with you guys. That's something that made me very proud. If you guys follow me, I've told you the story many times of how my son left school. He did get his GED, but he dropped out of school, you know, and how I told him to go find his way. And he did. You know, I think he took heed to the things I said about, for you guys who know my story, I always felt that one of my biggest mistakes in life, even though I played ball, I was good at football, and then I messed up later on. My biggest mistake in life was not going to the Marines. It's something I always wanted to do. I had 2 things I really wanted to do: play football, possibly go to NFL, or go to the Marines. When the football dream died, when I wasn't able to go to college, I I should have went to the Marines. I unfortunately did not. So I think my son took heed to that. I always told him, I work hard, everything I do. I hustle, I grind. I said, but that's something I wish I would have did at an early age. And I think he took those words, and he ran with it. And I'm happy. I'm very proud. I spoke to my ex-wife today. She's very proud of him. So we're all very proud of him right now. You saw brothers playing CeeLo on Hollers and 205th. Oh man. Yeah, that's Guns. That's T Guns' house. Yes, that's T Guns' house. My bad. I thought I told you that. My fault. Franklin Franco, what up? Jay Aaron, I was gonna book my flight for August, September, but I'm still nervous because even August, September for Colombia. Now August, September here, I think it'll be open hands down. But even August, September looks funny for Colombia because they don't need nobody. They're not saying, hey, we need to get tourists in here. Let's open our borders. They don't need nobody. So that's the difference in Colombia and DR. Wallace, that was my listen, and not to sound cliche, but all the Navy SEAL movies, Chuck Norris, Delta movies. I was just G.I. Joe. You know what I'm saying? I was just always interested in the Army and the Marines. It was something that just caught my attention. I actually had many, after football, just being around in certain malls, I had many recruiters run up on me because I was in great shape, and they saw me. They was like, man, you should be, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'll think about it. Even though it was on my mind, I was still focused on football. But then when football ended, I kind of should have just went. But I always say that's a big mistake I never made going. It was something I wanted to do. But I'm glad he did it. He's in the Navy. Shout to him. I'm definitely glad. You have kids. You want them to do better than you. You want them to. I'm always proud of my son. My son has done so many things, so many great things at an early age. I'm always proud of him. But it just hit my heart that when he went to the Navy, I was like, thank you. Like I wanted him to get out of New York. He had my grandson, but I wanted him to get out of New York and just do something. Do something better with yourself. And he's always tried. We have a mantra since he was 5 years old. Work hard, hard work. If you go on his Instagram, he posts that right there. He always uses that. I think he has it tattooed. I would always tell him, don't worry about the people around you. Be better, which is what my dad installed in me. Be better than everybody else. Always strive to be better. And, I would always think he wasn't listening, but he would always do his thing. So I'm definitely proud. Enough about me. I'm just very, it's something I can brag about. If I had anything to brag about right now during this time, that's something I could definitely brag about. Parker, you're veteran of the Navy. Shout to you and appreciate your service, brother. Definitely appreciate that. Abdul, at the moment, he's paying security because the what do you call it? The supplies, the building supplies. You always, whenever you build a house out here, you always have to have security for your building supplies. Because if you leave your building supplies in the morning when you come back, they'll be gone. So right now he does. I think they're going to have community security later on. But right now he does have security for his building supplies. Queens, all the stores are closed? Oh, shit. Kaz, back in the day, golden years of the online forums. Coco Brothers, that was my right hand back then. I got some funny stories with him, man. That boy got me drunk as hell a few times. Me, of all people. Abdul, Mao is approximately 2 hours. Approximately, give or take. 29, what up with you? Luis, I'm not for a vaccine at all. I actually, there was, I don't know about DR. I don't know if you can stop the vaccine. I think they give it automatically. But I was actually against vaccines in the States way long time ago. Being with Wu-Tang and all that and then breaking it down to vaccines and all that. I was vaccinated as a kid, up until I was probably maybe 18. Then I stopped. I'm not for vaccines. I don't believe, and you guys have your own beliefs. But after the things I've read and the things I've seen, I don't believe in introducing foreign bodies or injecting yourself with something that can kill you. So that's just me. That's my beliefs. Your body is an amazing machine. Amazing. Your immune system is amazing. It works to keep you, your body works to keep you alive every single day until your body, as you get older, your organs get older and you shut down eventually, even if it's just natural causes. So your body's amazing. You can fight off almost anything, so for me, that's why I've been telling you guys, I've been working out every day. The wine is the only thing I drink Sundays and Wednesdays, except I felt bad yesterday, except during the draft time. I was drinking wine every night. I ran through a lot of bottles, but Sundays and Wednesdays I drink my wine. Other than that, I'm working out. I want to start walking, but now that you have to have this mask, I can't walk with this on. My asthma kick in. I'll be breathing all crazy, and it'll probably take me in for a coronavirus test. I'd rather not. Alfredo, with the board certified doctors, the problem is doctors don't want no problem. Excuse me, that's the problem. A lot of doctors will not go against the grain because they don't want no problem. Panty Raider, shout out to you. I actually did pour some liquor out yesterday for Fred the Godson. Shout out to him, rest in peace. Shout out to his family. Yes, UFC is going to fight May 9th? Is that what it is? Easton went to the Colts. There you go. Easton went to the Colts. And this is what I say about Fromm. Like you said, he transferred from Georgia. Easton transferred from Georgia. Justin Fields, who's at Ohio State, transferred from Georgia because no one could beat Fromm out. And Justin Fields was a top recruit. But that's why I say Fromm, I think, getting the short end of the stick. But I guarantee you, Fromm gets a chance. He'll show people. He'll definitely show people. Yes, he's got grandma's dimples. Rich, I always got the NFL Sunday ticket, bro. You catch any game here at Flip Flop. Always. Yeah, Cal. You know me. On an NFL Sunday, I've got 5 TVs on, so 5 different games. I'm sitting in my corner, probably watching 2 of the games, talking ish, comparing stats. You know, if you ever come to the bar, that's why they call me the Owl, because people always ask me certain questions, and I talk about. I can tell most people more about their own players than they didn't know. You know, as far as college stats and what they're capable of doing. I think June will be okay. I think so. I think they're gonna do this for May, see what the numbers look like, and then, you know. Cash, you be listening too hard. JJ Suarez, what up with you? Terma, you just woke up. What is it, like 12? 12:30 in the afternoon? Good Lord. No, that's Dominican price. Trust me. I believe some Dominicans overpaid for their land, you know. Team no vaccine, you facts. Mark, God did good. You're saying you lost me on that comment, Mark. Vince, where's the best spot? There really is no best spot to build a home. It's all up to your convenience and what you like and what the area. You know, do you want to be around a lot of people? You want to be around a small group of people? There's really no better place than anywhere else. It's about your comfortability level and what you like. Yeah, and you're right. It's the blue card is mandatory. Mark Brown, what up? Oh, so my mom's just saying that my nephew's father, who played for the Jets, does recruiting. Okay, he's recruit for a specific team. I didn't even know that. I haven't spoken to Jamie in like a year. Me and him spoke randomly on Facebook one day. Yes, Abdul, I will be doing the DR Cribs when the house is finished. I just wanted, since I was out there, I wanted to show you guys the pre. I have some pictures from before when it was nothing and a video when it was nothing. So I want to show you the pre stuff. So then when it's done and I do the video, you guys see what it went from to what it is going to be. So there will be Lions did good. Selena fell off the top of my head. I'm trying to remember. Lions took Okuda, took the cornerback. I believe it took a wide receiver as well in the second round. I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Detroit didn't have a bad draft. Philly Don, what up with you, baby? How's everything over there where you at? Is the red pill? I don't know, Sean. I think right now, I know the flip flop. I'm sorry, the Paradise Life weekend is off. As you know, we're already past that. I believe Bo's retreat is going to be off because everything's being pushed back now. So as of now, there's nothing that's planned. Okay, 905 said, name my top 3 busts in the NFL of all time. Okay, well, Jamarcus Russell, number two, Ryan Leaf, number one, um, and Tim Couch, number three. They were just huge busts. I mean, the fact that Tim Couch even got drafted blew my mind because he never did anything special ever, ever. They just thought he was going to be this great quarterback. He can do all this, and he was a total bust. Jamarcus Russell, we know what he did. Listen, if you guys heard me talk about Jamarcus Russell, I'm sure I said it on the live before. His offense coordinator went to him, gave him a DVD. He said, "Hey, take this DVD home. It's 20 plays on there. You choose your favorite 5 plays, and we'll run those next week. You choose your favorite 5." He said, "All right, coach, no problem. I got you." Came back the next day. He said, "Yo, what plays do you like the most?" Jamarcus Russell said, "Man, coach, I like all of them. We can run all of them. I'm in. Let's go." So he walks away, and one of the linebackers are walking up, and I'm like, "Coach, what's wrong?" And the offense coordinator said, "The DVD was blank." So right then and there, you knew what Jamarcus Russell was going to be. He was a total bust. He cared more about drugs than anything. Ryan Leaf, need I say more about Ryan Leaf? And the problem with Ryan Leaf was they were comparing him to Peyton. Now, Peyton didn't have a... People forget, when they talk about Jameson and Peyton, their numbers being the same, they are almost exactly identical with the interceptions. Of course, Jameson has more fumbles than anybody in the world, but Peyton played with almost nobody at first, and he had to get the team built up, then he did better. Ryan Leaf was just horrible from day one. Oh, if you book for next year, you straight. Glenn, the thing with them is, excuse me, the thing with them is those guys from Ohio State. I think they're good. It's just that, you gotta. It's all about system. All about system, brother. I mean, will they fit our system? We'll see. I don't know what Jason Garrett has planned, but he was obviously in on building it. Oh, so he does scouting for the SEC. Okay, that's dope. I actually haven't been on the Xbox because of the draft. I'll get back on it soon. But I had I've been having the draft. You focus on the draft, focus on the draft, focus on the draft. So I haven't been doing much of anything. Yeah, there's I'm looking at I want you guys to see this photo. And my man Zeke just posted it. Look at this photo. Look at the Malacone. This is a problem. And this dude with the cross, I wonder if he thought he was doing something. He may have hurt this country, honestly. If you get a couple people walking on the side of the road, that's one thing. That's like 1,000 people out there. Now they're all he's got the cross all on the beach. They're out there praying. They're spreading all types of STDs too. No, I'm playing. That's a joke. People got their masks down. Well, see you guys in December. I don't know, man. I can't call that one. That one right there blows my mind because it's yep. And when someone's posting right now saying that if we get 100 cases of corona in Puerto Plata alone in the next couple of days, it's because of this. It's crazy. Anyway, back to this. But let me get back to these comments. Raiders had a good draft. Now, well, Kaz, if you see the video, you got to put the house up. House has to be elevated. House can't be down because of the river. Mark Brown, let's hope so, man. Listen, all we can do is hope. All we can hope. Oh, Tony Mandarich was horrible. Ron Dane, Rashawn Salam, 100%. Kaz, I'm going to tell you a funny story about Lawrence Phillips. Lawrence Phillips. I had a friend that knew Lawrence Phillips. And he told me Lawrence Phillips had a problem. The kid grew up in a bad home. I think he was adopted later on, but was molested. Like, he's very violent. In Nebraska, where he was killing the college football, he secretly was arrested like 3 times. Secretly meaning, they wiped it under the rug. You know, one time it was like sexual assault, another time beating the hell out of somebody. He was doing stuff in college all the time. You saw what he's capable of in college. You saw what he was capable of. He did some damage in the NFL, that little career he had. Probably one of the most talented dudes you've seen in a long time, as far as just overall ability. But he couldn't keep his head right. You know, some dudes just had problems. And he was one of those dudes. Talent was all there, but he's just problems. Nah, Johnny Manziel was not a bust. Yeah, Johnny Manziel was not a bust. Johnny Manziel just had personal problems. Johnny Manziel actually did okay, but all the partying and not caring about football, people didn't want that around. Johnny Manziel stopped caring about football. Oh, that was almost 3 years ago, Rich. Achilles Smith was bad, but he wasn't one of the biggest busts. Nah, I can't go to the beach, no nothing. Y'all have fun at those beaches. I ain't going near them. Joel, I rent cars all the time. Nothing wrong with it. Just be careful. Yeah, Lawrence Phillips, J-Lone. But, you know, overall, I thought the draft was good. Like I said, I think the Packers had the worst draft. You have a 13-3 team, and you are drafting people that you don't need. Yeah, Rashawn Salam, yeah. He was great in college. A monster at Colorado. Just wasn't good in the NFL. Oh, you went to Nebraska. Dope. Okay, was you there when he was there? Vincent, that's my point. They just erased all the good work they've done in the quarantining people is probably out of the window just because of this event right here. I don't understand that. Like I said, I can't get into that. You're talking about he went to Blackman went to the Jags. Problem with Blackman was he liked weed too much. You know, stay away from the weed. He couldn't. Same thing with old boy from the Patriots in Seattle. What's his name? The dude who had the records before Odell did. Josh Gordon. Josh Gordon's a beast. Josh Gordon was Odell Beckham before there was Odell Beckham. All the records Odell broke, Josh Gordon had those records as a rookie in his first and second year guy, excuse me. Odell broke Josh Gordon's records. Josh Gordon just couldn't stay off the weed, but he has a real problem. Like I said, once things start opening in the States, things will start opening everywhere else, but yeah, but Carmelo, at the time, you didn't know Phillips was going to have these. No one knew Phillips had these mental issues. No one knew that Phillips was capable of doing the things he did. The university covered it up, which is why they go so hard now when the university does stuff like that. Look at Michigan State, because they go, we really don't know who these people really are, and we're about to give them millions of dollars. I ain't speaking on it. I'm just saying I don't think it's a good idea. Do you think it's a good idea for thousands of people to be what do you call that word? Damn, I be having brain lapses. Thousands of people to be together in one spot right now? I don't think it's a good idea. And I don't care what nobody thinks about it. That's just not a good idea. Anywhere. The video I saw in Chicago, stupid. Having a house party with hundreds of people in a house. Two people had masks on during a quarantine. The object is to not be around big groups of people because this is how people get sick. Confined. Thank you. Nah. NBA agent. Jay Cutler's not the worst quarterback. Jay Cutler's actually pretty decent. He just had a bad attitude. And yeah, Florida, the same thing. Aaron Hernandez. Actually, Florida told Aaron Hernandez go to the NFL. Congregating. Florida told Hernandez go to the NFL. They were tired of his BS. Oh, you okay? You were there, all right? That's what's up. Abdul, you got a bunch of rivers. You got over here Maranatha, Hamal up the mountain. You got a bunch of rivers over here in Sosua. Excuse me. Chicago in the building. Poppy Chulo telling people having them house parties, chill out. It's not that serious. People really having house parties. Like, what the hell? You got to see these pictures. Oh my goodness. It is what it is. I'm at home. Well, I'm at the bar. This is what it is. Rico, shout to you, man. Thank you. Yeah, Ryan Leaf was awful. I mean, Ryan Leaf was just horrible. And like I said, the thing with Jamarcus Russell was he just didn't study. He said he was too busy getting high, drinking syrup, smoking weed. That's what he admitted it. He was too busy getting high. When you're getting high, you have no interest in playing sports, and he had no interest. He came to the games. You could tell he was not prepared. You know, all that talent just out the window. Yeah, I got you. Nah, Felicia, man. Spoken like a true Falcons fan. Matt Ryan is not a bust. Matt Ryan is not a bust. He just not that good as he's being paid for. Nah, facts. And remember, when Jamarcus got drafted, that is back when the first round picks got more money than veterans until they changed it. You like you said, 20 million at 20 years old. I mean 70 million, and the guy who's way better than you was getting like 15 million. You know. In facts, I agree with that, guys. Well, hold on, J. Lone. He's not the only one. What's that dude from Ohio State? The defensive end the Jets drafted. They called him looks good in shorts. He had the body of like he was sculpted from a piece of concrete. His body was crazy. He was defensive in Ohio State. They said he dominated all the big time tackles, but they couldn't figure out why against mediocre tackles he wasn't any good. Like against a tackle in like deep Division 1 AA, this dude had no sacks. Against like some of the 2 Hall of Fame tackles at that, top tackles in the division, he had all these sacks. They couldn't figure it out. Then he got to the NFL. I think the number was he never had a sack in his 6-year career because it lasted a little bit long because he tried to move over to defensive tackle. 6-year career, never had a sack, and he got paid $4 million per tackle because he didn't have hardly any tackles. So $4 million per tackle. That's a robbery. Vince Young is a bust, but Vince Young, Golston, thank you, Nick Golston, thank you, that guy. $4 million per tackle in his career. Vince Young is not a bust. The problem with Vince Young was it was all about ceiling for Vince Young. It was not about time. I told you guys, Texas quarterbacks do not do good. Vince Young was about ceiling. Vince Young was, if this guy can get his stuff together, he'll be great, which is right. But he never got it together. Oh yeah, look it up, Carmelo. I think it's on YouTube now. Just type Marcus Russell. I think it's on because it's his old linebacker telling the story. Then there's another version with the assistant offense coordinator telling the story because everybody was in a meeting pissed about this when they finally brought it up and they found out that Jamarcus Russell did not study film. He did not study tape. He did nothing. Anything you told him to do once he left the facility, he was smoking weed and drinking drinks. Yeah, Percy Harvin admitted being high all the time. Vernon Golston, there you go. That kid looked crazy in shorts. That's how he got drafted so high. But like I said, the biggest thing with Vernon Golston was, even I said this, and I was doing a draft back then, like just watching. Against the top tackles in college football, he dominated the best. But against mediocre talent, he did nothing. There was 2 games where he played against guys who were probably bagging groceries the next year, and he had no sacks. He could not do anything. He could not do anything with them. But against the top tackles, like I said, 2 of them are Hall of Fame tackles. 4 sacks, 5 sacks. He's killing them. So go figure. Yeah, he's not damaged because he didn't do nothing. Sean, you talking about Albert Hainsworth. Albert Hainsworth, hold on. Perfect example. Albert Hainsworth is a dude who busted his butt to get where he was at. And when he got that big old contract, he said, F it, I'm rich. I ain't doing nothing. Albert Hainsworth did nothing. 29, well, to me, Bosworth was all hype. Bosworth is what you call the great white hope. He was all hype. When he played against real talent, he did nothing. And Bo Jackson, yes, embarrassed him, of course. Go Raiders, shout to you. Nah, it had nothing to do with the coach, man. Vince was not ready to play in the NFL. Vince needed a quarterback coach. Well, Black Mamba, 2 different positions. Williams is a defensive tackle. He's not meant to get a bunch of sacks. He's meant to apply pressure. And honestly, if you look at Williams' numbers, and I'm not justifying it because I don't believe in paying tackles a ton of money, Williams actually is top 5 when it comes to creating pressure. Defensive tackles are not there to make a bunch of tackles, not there to make a bunch of sacks. Defensive tackles are there to draw in blocks to get other people free. That's all. That's why defensive tackles, some get paid a lot, some get paid a little. And the guys who get paid a lot get paid a whole lot. Because like Donald gets sacks and creates pressure. Sue creates tons of pressure and makes a lot of tackles. Some guys are just there to eat up blocks. They just push the pile back, eat 2-3 blocks up, get everybody else free. And that's all their job is. It's not a fancy job. That's all their job is. And they make money off of that because it helps other people get sacks. Leonard Williams is actually top 5 doing that last year, but we don't know. Nah, we're paying rent on flip-flop. Still paying rent. Well, Trent Richardson, yeah, he was a bust, but we were talking about quarterbacks before. Running back bust, Trent Richardson was definitely a bust. He couldn't read defenses. I mean, he couldn't look. I couldn't read holes. There were games where Trent Richardson had a huge hole, and he went the other way. Also, Trent Richardson had a lot of people around him. If you saw his story, he had a big story on him. Trent Richardson had like 20 people living with him. And they kept stealing money from him. His family members kept stealing money from him. So that's actually why the Browns got rid of him. The Browns told him, you have to get rid of these people from around you. Go put them in a house back in your neighborhood. Go get a house for them, put them over there. But while you're here in Cleveland, you need to be focused on football because you're not. He would go home, people all over his house. So the Browns asked him twice. They said, listen, can you cut these people off? And he wouldn't do it. He's like, it's my people. They're like, it's cool, but you're not focused on football. And we need you to focus on football. So that's why he got traded so early to the Colts. He goes to Indianapolis. He starts to see what the Browns saw with his family, and that he's missing money and stuff is not turning up. So he started cutting a few people off, but he just couldn't see holes, man. Like Trent Richardson to me was a very good college running back, but when he got to the NFL, forget about it. Hey Trey, guy, I'll stay out of that. Well, it sounds like somebody's coming in. I'll stay out of that. Jim McMahon, no, he won a Super Bowl. Jim McMahon ain't no bust. Wasn't a superstar quarterback, but a very good quarterback. I think, Pete Jack, to answer that question, I think sports will definitely do testing for everybody. And if you remember, there was the governor of the mayor of New York made a comment saying, well, why are all you guys getting tested so much? You know, you guys are taking all the tests for the regular people. They have the money to buy the tests, so they're doing the test for all their employees and their staff, and they also want to get back to playing. I keep hearing a noise outside the office. I don't know what the hell it is. No, RG3 was ready to play. RG3's problem was he was injured. RG3 had 2 knee surgeries in college before he came out. And then when RG3 got hurt in the NFL, Redskins should have not let him play that same season. They should have made him stay out. They allowed him to play because he wanted to play, and he hurt himself even worse. That was RG3's problem. Remember, RG3 came in the league and dominated. FNF, what's good? Mayor, shout out to you, Mayor. What's good with you, baby? Yeah, Raiders going to Las Vegas. Shout to Vegas. Yeah, Hainsworth. Listen, Hainsworth was one. I think Hainsworth is the #1 worst free agency signing of all time. I believe it is. Yeah, so man, Trent was known, and I heard about that in college, but they didn't blow it up in college. But I heard about that in college that he had the same people around him, and then when he got to NFL, it was bad. He went and told this story. You can look it up. He told this story. He said he had too many people around him. The reason the Browns traded him that early in his career was because they couldn't deal with it no more. And then you got to see that the kid just wasn't focused on football. I didn't see Ricky when you said that. Nah, Ricky Williams was a good running back. I think, and when he played for the Dolphins, he was all right. But Ricky Williams' thing was the weed, of course, and his disinterest in football. I believe Ricky had such a tough. Remember, I think Ricky Williams still holds the record for carries by a running back in college. Ricky Williams was a dog in college. He ran the ball a few hundred times a year, easy. Maybe 400 times. I think he was 400 something for 1 year. So I think Ricky was just worn down by the time he got to the NFL. The hype of New Orleans, of him had to put New Orleans on his back, wore him down as well. I think he had a decent career, but then the weed stuff, him not being interested in football no more, I think that was the problem with Ricky. He just wasn't interested in football anymore. If you don't love football, you're not going to play it. I agree with that. RG3 reminds me of Kyrie Irving. I agree with that. I think great players, but they're always hurt. Kevin Costner. Yeah, but they weren't super bust. Osweiler and Kevin Cobb were not expected to be great quarterbacks, so you can't consider them bust. They played into what they were. I agree, Jesse. You could have, but McMahon also had to throw the ball. Listen, you could say that about Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer won with that Bears defense that McMahon had, and Trent Dilfer's defense with the Ravens were the two greatest defenses of all time. Trent Dilfer was a horrible quarterback. Oh, Heath Shuler was definitely a bust. Yeah, I agree with that one. He was supposed to be. Well, Joey Harrington, okay. I won't put him on my top, but he was a bust, and he wasn't my top though. Shout out to you, Maurice, for the $2. Shout out to you on that one, brother. And see, this is the thing about sports, about drafting. I don't know about how it works in basketball. I'm sorry, in hockey and baseball. I don't know if those top draft picks always pan out. I see most of them do. But in football and basketball, it's really about your ability and your potential ability. We know Chase Young is a monster. We watched him. That's why he got drafted so high. We know Joe Burrow's a monster. We watched him. That's why he got drafted so high. You can go back to Marvin Williams, a kid who didn't even start on his college team, gets drafted number 2 in the NBA draft. All about potential. So it's never a guarantee with the first round picks. This is why in the NBA, the first round is your bread and butter. But this is why I say in the NFL, your meat and potatoes is second and third round. That's where you find your superstars that could have been first round, but you had other glaring needs at that point. Then rounds 4 and on is where you build the depth for your team and where you find some gems. Like you can find some gems in those rounds 4 to 7. You can't take any pick for granted. You can find some gems. Yeah, Gus Farad. Oh man, forget about it. More known running backs? I don't know. I can't say that. Oh, Chad Pennington was definitely not a bust. Chad Pennington, I think, still holds the record for completion percentage if Drew Brees didn't break that. Chad Pennington just didn't. He didn't have a cannon, but he was not a bust. And I was not a Chad Pennington fan, but homie was good. Like, Chad Pennington, definitely not a bust. I think he had the record for like 2 years of the most completion percentage of all time. No one completed as many passes as him ever. I believe. I think it was Chad Pennington. Ryan, come on, Daniel Jones, bro. Daniel Jones only had 1 year. He did pretty good. Sean Patrick, shout out to you for that. Shout out to you guys. So real quick, we had an hour and 35 minutes, but just so I can announce this one more time for you guys that are here, I will only be taking food donations up until Wednesday. So if you want to donate to the food drive only up until Wednesday. After Wednesday, I will continue doing the food drive, but I will not take any more donations. I will use all the monies available. Do this week, I'm probably going to link up with Fast Freddy from the beach, go around to the neighborhoods, do the food drive, and then whatever else money, I'll keep using it until it's over, and that's it. If you want to donate to the channel, if you want to donate to the Flip Flop employees, feel free, hit me up, no problem. But I will not be taking any more donations for the food drives after Wednesday. Wednesday is the final day to give donations for the food drive that I've been doing. It's just a lot going on, and I'd rather not get caught up in a lot of nonsense. So, I appreciate all the help you guys doing. I'm doing the work, but it's a one-man team, so I'd rather just do what I can do and keep helping as I can. But that's pretty much it for that. So that's the Cash App, that's the PayPal if you guys want to donate. But you know what, Glenn? Yeah, shout out to you, man. Thank you. Don't forget about Red Cup Wednesday, 8 p.m. every Wednesday. You guys come with your Q&A. Same thing, we can kick it, talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Sean Patrick, it's quarantine. My employee's been in the house. They ain't doing nothing. There was something. Okay, Pennington was on the Jets. Okay. I'm going to tell you something, Glenn, about White. Reggie Bush got the hype. He got the Heisman and all that, right? Do you know White had more touchdowns and more yards than Reggie Bush? Bush had the highlight film. Reggie White had the stats. Lindell White had the stats. So it blew my mind that I thought White was going to be amazing when he got into the league, only because he was so good in USC. Like I said, Bush, you watch Bush do all the highlights, but Lindell White did the heavy work. And when Lindell White got to the NFL, he just got fat. I'm like, dude, you worked this hard to get drafted, and you just turned into a lard ass. And the problem was Lindell White was actually pretty good. John the Annals. Yeah, I know sports, baby. I know sports. J-Lome, I agree. Some of them are damaged. Some of them are damaged, but not all of them. Some of them are. I mean, like the old Ricky Williams in Texas. Like I said, I believe he has the record for most carries ever in a career. Especially I know it's for a year, but it might be ever in a career. You got to understand, you can get wear and tear playing in the NFL as well. I mean, in college as well, before you ever make it to the NFL. 905. Now, I'm getting a lot of love, but also not really, I can't say hate other than people got nothing better to do, but there's a lot of eyes watching. And as I told you guys, there are other people getting donations from people, and those people I know are not using the money. Like, I know for a fact they're not using the money for the people. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut mine down and let these, because I saw other people shut theirs down as well because they were getting kind of tired of it. Let these other people do what they do. I will still continue to do what I do, but I'm going to stop taking donations. I'll just continue with what I'm doing. But like I said, it's much appreciated. We hit it with a bang the first few weeks. Like I said, we're over 600 families fed. Me and Freddie talked the other day. There are people double dipping. Like Freddie had. I don't know. Shout out to him. He had some of his employees getting from him and getting from me, and so he hit me up. He was mad. I didn't know that he gave and I gave, but so we're trying to. The double dipping thing is becoming a problem too, because now you get 2 bags, and then there's someone with nothing. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I will be going more in the barrios, and then it's also getting crazy here. Flip Flop having hundreds of people come. It was getting too much. So like I said, I'm not worried. I'm not nervous. But if it comes a time I gotta do something, I don't want to have to. I'd rather avoid that. and then also people seeing the donations, people seeing the food I'm giving out. There have been people watching. There are people watching. So I think I said it the other day. The 20. I was telling a friend of mine. Excuse me. There was one day where 25 people just walked up. 25 guys just walked up out of nowhere, and we had like 4 bags left. Later on, as I thought about it, those 25 guys heard that we were giving the food away. Out of the 25 guys, maybe 5 of them would have needed food. The rest of them were taking the bags to sell it. I've had people taking the bags and reselling the bags to people who need food. So I'm just trying to do the right thing and make sure everybody eats as much as I can. But as I said, up until Wednesday, if you guys want to donate specifically for the food drive, feel free. But I hope you continue to donate to the channel. Boom, holla at me. I hope, you guys say, hey, Greg's he's kind of cool, he's kind of cute. Let me send him some bread for content. Or to the employees, feel free. But up until Wednesday, guys, and that's it. I had to make that announcement. Had a long talk with Cousin Felix last night, talked with some people. I want to keep it in perspective. I don't want to get to a point where, we're just collecting money and we're not getting it out. Right now, we're going to get all of it out. You're going to keep it going. So at this point, I know that once all the monies from the donations are gone, I can move on with me and my personal stuff, and then I'll continue doing small stuff here and there in the neighborhoods. Eddie V, at the moment, I can't say the whole. Let me see. Let me look at my phone real quick, guys. The May thing has not been announced. Just so you know, the May thing is not got approved yet. I know they had an emergency meeting today. So I'm thinking July will be okay. Let me see. I haven't seen anything. I'm thinking July will be okay. We'll see. Appreciate you, Carmelo. Definitely appreciate you. Right now, 905, I think they passed that rule that they can get paid off their likeness. Their pictures, their jersey sales, autographs, they can get paid off for that. Joe, real talk. And like I said, I'm not worried, but I know people in the streets is always watching. Always watching. Facts, Alfredo. We talked about that before, about it's like basketball injuries come from these guys only playing basketball their entire lives. Same thing with football, only playing football. Multi-sport, most of us grew up playing multiple sports. Multi-sport athletes don't have as many injuries because you've been doing so many different activities and so many different movements, your body adjusts, Jesse, no, White was more of a power rusher. But he did have bigger stats than Bush. He ran the ball more. He had more yards. He had more touchdowns than Bush. It's just that during Bush's Heisman year. It's just that Bush got all the accolades. Not Mal. I'm about to say Mal. Mal was the town, right? I know what you're talking about. The dude who got catfished by the girl. And then she died before the draft. Then they found out he was talking to a dude. Yeah. Yeah, he was a bust. And I thought he was going to be pretty good. But you know what? That whole situation, I think, messed his life up. Getting embarrassed like that, a lot of people can't come back from. Shout out to you. Shout out to Taylor May, by the way, too. I haven't spoken to him recently. Shout out to Taylor May. A lot of people mess up. I appreciate that, Miguel. Definitely appreciate that. Ice, what up with you? From the airport, just a text. You can hit me up on email. I'll send you a Tio. Yeah, there you go. Tio is the name for Notre Dame guy. I'll send you a couple taxi numbers. King Enterprise, what's good with you, baby? All right, so we had an hour and 44 minutes. You guys got any questions? Let me know. Otherwise, we will save those questions until Wednesday, Red Cup Wednesdays. It's always dope being here with you guys for Sunday service. Definitely appreciate all y'all. I do have a Love and Flip Flop coming up. I just got to find some time for myself to sit down. Got a lot going on, trying to organize some things. Shout out to Freddie from Fast Freddy. I said me and him are going to do the next round of for the food drive. Whatever monies we have, we're just going to put it together, get some stuff, and drive around. He's got a big pickup truck and then drive around all the neighborhoods. He hit me up with the idea, but it was dope because I was actually thinking I was giving food to people to take to the neighborhoods, But I was actually thinking I'd rather go personally so I know where it's going. And then Freddie has a truck and he hit me up. I said, you know what? That's what I wanted to do because I'm giving the food to other people to take away rather than me taking it myself and knowing that these people are getting it. Rip Young, when the government says I can open up, I'll be back open. All right, Eddie V, appreciate that. Beer's definitely gonna stay cold. Yeah, whenever they give the okay to open, I will be back open. Like I said, for me, I just saw another spot opened up real quick. I don't know if they're open for good. Abdul, a couple people have, but like I said, if you're not registered, like for the employees, if the business did not register, if their employer did not register them, they didn't get anything. I heard some people getting mad saying that they didn't get that money. They didn't realize they weren't on real paperwork with the employee, so the employer did not go file. I filed my paperwork immediately. Shout out to my accountant. We took care of that immediately. But my employees got something. You know, I don't think it was a whole lot. Might have been 7,000 pesos in 2 payments. But it was something. You know, something better than nothing. Now that no one's working right now. And the food for the food stamp money, it's supposed to be like something like 5,000 pesos. Shout to them. I saw that some people got it, you know, and I also saw that some people didn't get it. So it all depends, you know. Sean Patrick said you did open for it. No, I was open for like 2 weeks. I was open for 2 weeks. I didn't close until that stuff happened with the police. I just don't feel like, and I heard those same cops have been going around harassing other businesses. If it's not the same cops, other cops, but I'm sorry. But cops harassing other businesses, I just didn't feel like dealing with it. Like I said, right now, the biggest gang out here is the police at this very moment with this quarantine. They're the biggest gang. Why do I want to deal with them? I can stay in my house. Dion, you stay safe too, brother. Where do I rent cars from? I rent cars from Orlando Rent-A-Car, which is right here at the exit before the highway near Flip Flop. Brian, you stay safe too. Mark Brown, hit me up on the email. Let me type the email in real quick before we go. Hit me up on the email. No, we can talk about that. Talk about that behind the scenes. Sorry, guys. Yeah, okay, that's the email right there. Hit me up on that. We can talk about those things behind the scenes. And that's any questions you guys have that I don't answer today, or if you have any questions you want to ask, feel free to hit me up on Wednesday. Red Cup Chronicles every Wednesday. Yeah, you know I got that hat from, brother. Appreciate you. I haven't heard from Big Sp. I gotta hit him up. Do I know anyone personally here? No, only in the States. I know no one personally here, so I can't speak on that. But no, so far nobody here. But you know, I don't want to think negatively. But after seeing this video, I may know some people in the next week or so. You know, unfortunately, because you know, just stay away from big crowds, y'all. I think that's the biggest thing. Stay away from big crowds. I don't think I've been around a bigger crowd than 3 people. You know, and that's when I with my boy Tommy, you know, we moving around. I don't think I'm around a big crowd than 3 people. You know, there's no reason at the moment. There's no reason. So, you guys be good. Yeah, we have the heat, and that they said they did a thing on that the heat does affect it, which would be a great thing for DR because it's hot year round. But at the same time, if you come down here with the virus, which some people did before all it started, you'll infect a whole bunch of people. You know, the Italian dude who came down here with it, they said he recovered, and they sent his ass home, you know. So, I'm sorry, Red Cup Chronicles on Wednesday is at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Excuse me. BD, it's not bad in Puerto Plata, which is why I'm surprised they allowed that to go on with all those people. It's not bad in Puerto Plata right now. So Santo Domingo's gotten bad. A lot of people trying to leave Santo Domingo. It's not bad in Puerto Plata, but all those people together, I don't know. 8 p.m. on Wednesday, yeah. Michael, shout to you for that. Tell Freddie get on the live, and I'll cash app $100 for the food drive. No doubt. I might go live. I might go live. No BS. I might go live for that for me and Freddie. Shout to Gendry. He wanted to holler at me to go live during that. We might go live for the next one. Yeah, might do it. Only because I'm going to be with Freddie. Just so you guys can see what we're doing. Freddie's another one. Freddie was doing his own food drive as well. It's just that I told him, we were discussing recently. I really, like I said, I'm going out to the barriers, but not like I want to. If I got a big pickup truck, we could throw all the food in the pickup truck, just go barrier to barrier myself. Me and Freddie. Whereas before I'm contacting people with motor controls. I'm contacting people with cars. Hey, you take this amount of bags to that neighborhood. I know it's going there, but I want to, me being there in person, I know, okay, everybody's getting something. So that's all. And I thought it was a great idea by Freddie. And, I've known Freddie since he first came down here. I've known Freddie forever. You guys know I tell people one of my favorite spot on the beach is Fast Freddy's. And then I'll chill at Mofongo sometimes 74, but I'm pretty much always at Fast Freddy's if I go to the beach. Pete Jack, listen, as soon as this opens, as soon as they open the first flight, if they say the first flight is May 26th at midnight, on May 26th at 12:01, I will have already planned out my birthday party, all right? Just so you know. I need to party. So when all this is said and done, there's going to be a few parties. I need to party. Even if it's just us who are popping a bottle at a club, whatever, I need to party. So trust me, I will let you guys know. But right now I can't plan nothing because everything's bad. Oh, fact. Someone was asking about that. Okay, so the Hispaniola thing. Now, so an older Canadian dude, no, I'm sorry, Russian. I believe it's Russian. Sorry, or Canadian. He's actually Russian with a Canadian passport. Got killed in Hispaniola. Now the problem with this is he was alleged. Like it's all alleged. It's from people that live in there that know him. He was robbed by these two people. They came into Hispaniola. He knew them. Another guy lived with him. They came in and robbed him. Allegedly, it was two Haitian dudes. I can't confirm that. This is what he told these people. These same two guys slid back in. Now, allegedly, they came in through the side where there's a restaurant over there. Allegedly. I can't never confirm it. These are my sources from that area that know the story and are telling me the story. And from people that are part of the association. And they killed him. No one knows what happened to the other guy. He's disappeared, whatever the case may be. And no one knows where the girl is. There was a girl that he was dealing with that he knew these guys that robbed him the first time. He knew them because he told the people he knew them, and it was something with his ex-girl, blah, blah, blah. So that's the story that happened with that. Very unfortunate. All the details are not 100% there. I believe they are looking for the dudes who did it. But, I can't say. But, unfortunate story. These are like I said, these are times where people are hungry. And I tell all my expats, you got to be careful out here. Listen, I am not Dominican. I am 5'11 3/4, probably 250 pounds right now. I don't care how big I am. I don't care how intimidating I am. I told this to a couple of my friends, and I'll tell it to you. Hunger is the biggest force of nature next to water. Rewind that back so you understand what I'm saying. Hunger is the biggest force of nature next to water. When someone's hungry, ain't no matter how big you are, how tough you are. Someone's hungry, they gonna do what they gotta do. When your ribs are touching, you are a different person. That Snickers commercial where they make them jokes, feed your hunger, and the person's acting all crazy, that's real. That's actually not a fake thing. That's why people laugh at the commercial, because they know they've been hungry and acted up, started talking ish, acting crazy, and then someone said, hey, eat something, and they changed. Hunger is something else. So if someone's hungry and you got something, they want it. If it can help them eat, they want it. I told you the time when I was doing the bags a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and the guy said, the guy was like, yo, man, calm down, you acting crazy. Dude said, I ain't acting crazy, I'm acting hungry. That touched a nerve with me. I actually wanted to stop doing the bags at Flip Flop then. Not even for my safety, for everyone else's safety. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm going to be all right. If 20 guys come in, I'm going to go. You guys don't know. I'm a little bit touched. 20 guys come, I'm going at all 20. Someone's going to the hospital with me. That's just how it's going to roll. But I'm worried about everyone else. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, I kind of, me being from where I'm from and, seeing the things I've seen, I see this escalating to a certain point. I see it escalating. So for me, I'm trying to wrap this up, do as many more families as I possibly can do, and just kind of exit stage left, help those that I can help in my neighborhood and people that I know need it. Personally, I know need it, and just go give it to them here and there, but not try to do it as a big spectacle anymore like we've been doing with so many people, because people are watching. I told you, people come by Flip Flop every single day to see if we're doing it. I'm at Flip Flop now. I went in the bar. I'm in the office. I went in the bar just to get a cord for my speaker. In the time I opened the gate to go inside for 2 minutes and get this cord, walk out and lock the gate back, 4 people were standing there. What's up, man? You good? Yeah, what's up? I'm good. I'm locking the gate back. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So people are watching. It's unfortunate because people are really hungry. But then you have the bad seeds, and I don't really call them bad. I can't say bad seeds. You got the people that would do outrageous things they normally wouldn't do because of hunger. So Oh, I need a Miami Sunday. Listen, I need a Miami Sunday right now. Who you telling? This is my Miami Sunday right here. Oh goodness, I'm drinking wine now, but this is my Miami Sunday. That's what's up. I'm glad people are helping everywhere. I'm glad they're helping. I mean, listen, I heard people in Colombia doing anything. Excuse me. I'm glad people are doing it because people need it. As I said, I'm still going to be doing the food drives on a smaller level, but I just won't take any more donations from you guys. Appreciate all you guys have done. Appreciate all the love and all the support. But it's come to a point where now I want to make sure every single dime I receive goes out. So I will stop taking donations on Wednesday, and all that money is going. If I got to do 3 more food drives, 2 more, whatever it is, all that money is going out, and we're done with the donation part of it. I will continue helping people that I know and certain people in an area, whatever the case may be. But on a big level, which we've done it really, really big. We've done it big. I can't say we've done it the biggest, but we've done it really, really big. And I say we, I mean me, you guys, all the YouTube family, Paradise Life family, everybody who has donated. We've done it big. We've helped a lot of people. So can't ask for much more than that. We've gone above and beyond to help. So it is what it is. So shout out to all you guys. We're going to continue to do what we do. As I said, Wednesday, if you want to donate, last day, I'll take any donations. Just tag your donations. Hold that screenshot. If you have my number, send me the screenshot. Or just tag your donations. As I said, we'll still take donations for the channel. Still take donations for the Flip Flop staff if anybody wants to. But there will be no more donations for food after Wednesday, because I'm gonna slowly take the food drive down, because we started off with that's why we're doing it so big, because it was a big bank. Now it's getting lower and lower, but I want to just get all that money out to everybody. Then I'll still be helping people on my side of things. Okay, so appreciate all you guys. Felicia, you have a good one. Be safe out there. All you guys be safe. Wear your mask. I don't believe in the glove thing, but wash your hands. Because you got to keep the gloves clean. But trying to give everyone in the world $1 million to end this world hunger. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Sean Patrick, appreciate you. All you guys be safe. Appreciate all you guys. I'll definitely catch you guys for Red Cup Chronicles, 8 p.m. on Wednesday. Shout out to everybody, man. All right, I'm out of here.